Mayor Mamdani brushing off a social media attack by the president about his taxing policies, even as he defended a new tax on luxury second homes to close his budget gap. But political reporter Marcia Kramer wonders if the new tax hits a little too close to home for the commander-in-chief.
President Trump's posh, multi-million-dollar penthouse triplex in Trump Tower is a second home for a man who lists his Mar-a-Lago estate as his legal residence, making him a prime target to pay the new pied-à-terre tax Mayor Mamdani wants to help close his budget. So it's not a surprise when shortly after the tax was unveiled, the president let loose, slamming the man he's been so chummy with. Mayor Mamdani is destroying New York, the president posted on social media. The tax policies are so wrong. But the Democratic Socialist mayor was unperturbed by the attack, apparently viewing it as the price of doing business with a man he has profound policy differences with.
I've made it clear to the president and to the public that I am deeply supportive of taxing the rich, and taxing non-resident secondary homes worth more than $5 million falls right within that.
The mayor, who has visited the Oval Office twice, said the bromance with Trump is still on. The bump in the road, a policy disagreement about taxes.
I'll be honest with you, it's not a surprise given the fact that the president and I have many deep policy differences, and I am not shy about airing them both publicly and privately.
I asked Council Speaker Julie Menon, who supports the pied-à-terre tax, if Trump should ante up.
Of course, the president has to pay. Everyone has to pay that who qualifies in that. It's about 13,000 homes that will be affected by the pied-à-terre tax. Again, it's for people who have this second home. They're not living in New York City, but they've purchased a home in excess of $5 million.
Morris Pearl, head of the Patriotic Millionaires Who Tax the Rich group, agrees.
So I think he should pay the tax the same way as everyone else, sure.
Does this tax really hit home for Trump, Marcia?
Well, KJ, look, he moved to Florida in 2019 for tax and political purposes. He wanted to avoid paying New York taxes, so if he owns it and is an out-of-state resident, the tax appears to apply to him, and it's supposed to be on a sliding scale, by the way, with homes valued at $5 million at the lowest end, but his apartment is worth a whole lot more, like tens and tens of millions more.
And that sliding scale is yet to be determined, right?
It does, but he will pay.
Okay. Marcia Kramer, thank you. Mayor Mamdani also still earning royalties from his short career as a rapper. More than $1,600 last year, according to his latest tax filings. The bulk of his earnings came from his salary as a state assembly member. But as mayor, Mamdani is set to earn close to $259,000 this year.